Today is day 4 of the workout regimen program, and it is Monday, which is when I'm weighing myself. The last time I weighed myself was Thursday night, which was 310. I don't think I'm gonna honestly lose any weight. If anything, I think I might gain weight just because of the replenish of like glycogen and water back into my body from the water fast. So 310, I think 310.7 was our last weight. So let's see where we're at here. 309, as expected. I'm cool with that. It's cold. It's the furthest I got to get in. It's a lot colder though. Look at all this ice. Degrees. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? We are on day 4 of our Operation Me, that's what I call it, Operation Me program. A program that I am creating myself, for myself. I'm gonna try to leave as much information for somebody to potentially follow along with this. So we are on day 4, so I did my 4th cold plunge today, and instantly I can tell that my joints feel incredible, especially in my legs. I feel like I can run, which I'll never do, but I feel incredible in that department. Mentally, I don't want to give it too high of a score because then I have nowhere to improve. But like compared to where I was, it's a very significant change. The cold plunge was one of those things to me where I was like, I don't think I'm gonna feel any type of benefits from this till at least I do this for 10 days. But I can already tell the benefits I'm getting, as well as muscle recovery, which is very surprising to me. Although my chest is very sore still from doing chest, but I'm slowly working my way to getting to this point in the cold plunge. It's not as easy as you think, as well as the cold plunge has given me a lot of anxiety just because I I can't breathe well. I can't breathe through my nose. You'll probably hear me talk about it a lot. Like I have like a 20% like breathe rate through my nose. So if I really need to use my nose, it's got to be kind of forceful. So as soon as I get into the cold plunge every day, I have like the shock factor just hits me where I'm like, and just trying to control my breath is becoming a tough task. Although I feel like I've improved over the last 4 days, but I literally, in the middle of the night, if I wake up, my mind is on how can I control my breathing today. So it's very challenging. The cold plunge has gotten colder over the last 4 days, and I've also stayed in it longer for each day. I don't even time myself. I just kind of gauge off where I think I'm at mentally, and then I film it, obviously. So then I'll just see where I'm at as far as the timer. So today we did 2 minutes and 21 seconds, which is more than we did the previous day, and I've increased every day. The goal is 3 minutes, but like I said, I want to kind of get more to where I'm getting fully submerged in the cold tub. So we're just working on that. And so far, I'm a huge fan of the cold plunge. So today I weighed in. I was 309, which would be like less than a pound down from the ending of the water fast, which was on Thursday night, which is completely understandable. I'm not mad about it. I actually expected to be heavier because I completely depleted my body of all the glycogen and nutrients and water in my body during that 3 day period. And then I spent the last three days kind of like building that back up. So what I say right now is like a good solid point, but as far as like physically, I can notice a difference 100%. I'm not bloated in any way, shape, or form. My stomach's so much tighter. It's not sticking out as far. I can instantly tell that just by looking in the mirror, and I feel incredible. So I'm not gonna let the scale dictate anything for me like I usually would, because I'd usually weigh myself every day and it would really get mental. Like if I didn't lose as much weight as I thought I would, then I start feeling like I need to trickle down and get rid of some calories, and that just becomes a slippery slope when you start kind of depleting yourself because you're worried about a number. Like my goal is what I visualize. If I see what I see and I like what I see, no matter what the number is on the scale, that's what's going to make me happy, because that's what matters. Like if I were to lose 20 pounds and I didn't like the way I look, or if I liked the way I looked and I lost 10 pounds, which one are you going to take? So that's what that comes down to. I'm getting ready to go to Florida on Thursday. Today is Monday. I'm going to be pretty limited as far as like working out and things like that, but I'm still going to dial in, and I'm going to obviously bring you guys along the way just to show you the things that you can do in those instances, instead of feeling like you can't do anything because of you don't have anything to do. So my goal, so I'm going to golf on Saturday. So my goal is to not be sore on Saturday. So there might be like a little finesse play in like the way I work out to make that a thing. Just because I hate playing golf sore. I mean, I'm sorry. But cardio will be my best friend. I think Florida is going to be the biggest cheat code of this whole entire situation, just because walking around Disney all day, we all know how that goes if you've been there. It's a very agonizing journey. And then also, it's just gonna be hot. I'm gonna do cardio every day. I'm still gonna take my ice baths, even though now I gotta work for them. I will have a bathtub at the Airbnb, and I'll have to, bag it up with ice. It's just gonna be interesting because it's gonna be kind of shitty, because I know there's no way I'm gonna be able to get the water as cold as I have it in the backyard, and that's what I want to get used to. So I feel like I'm going to be taking like a 4 or 5 day break as far as a cold plunge, but I'll still be obviously cold plunging, but it just won't be as cold, which I'm going to try my best to make it as cold, but there's only so cold that I can make it with ice and cold water. So just obviously I've only just dieted for 3 days, but I look at it as closing out the week. So like this is like a new week for me as far as a weigh-in period, and I just want to clean a couple things up, and one thing, like my brain reminded me, like, I'll put like a little bit of low sodium taco seasoning on like my ground turkey and ground beef, and, have that with pretty much like a full bag of Uncle Ben's rice, just because like I'll try to like pour out half of it and it just kind of dumps in there, and I'm not, whatever. I mean, that's just a shitty excuse, but I mean, also, my meals are very large, and I need to break them up into smaller meals. I'm having quite a bit of protein, but I feel like the compile of full meals is something I want to break down a little bit. So like instead of having like that full pound, like 1.2 pounds of ground beef with a full bag of rice. I want to do maybe like 50 grams of the protein from that with half that bag, if not less, just to have more smaller meals, just to make my metabolism chop up a little bit more and kind of get firing on that. You know, one thing that I'm very anal about, I've also been this way when I did my bodybuilding prep, is sodium intake. You know, because with sodium intake, that comes water retention. You start to hold water, and you know, we all have that meal, you know, where we just, you know, we eat a lot and we feel bloated, but you're so thirsty because of all the salt that you just had, and then you drink a lot, and then you just feel like absolute crap for a while. So that's one thing I want to avoid. So one thing that I forgot, because it's been a while since the whole bodybuilding regimen, was Mrs. Dash. So Mrs. Dash actually has a 0 sodium taco seasoning, which I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm also going to get a lower percentage of my cottage cheese. The only cottage cheese that I will eat is Crowley's cottage cheese, which is made here in New York, and that's not why I only eat it. It's just the only one that's like very consistent and actually tastes good. So I'm gonna get a lower percentage milk fat of that, just to kind of dial back a little bit nutritionally on that. And then one thing I know, like, I love my protein shakes. They're like my favorite thing of the day, the most thing I look forward to. But I want to just kind of contain the same, but just change the volume of it. Like, that's one thing I know. Like, if I have the full blender of a protein shake, yeah, it's the same calorically, but I just need to like reduce the liquid in it, just so it's not as volumized, because I'll have the whole blender, and obviously that'll fill me up for quite some time, and like slightly bloated, but not really, because it's not like there's much bad in it as far as in that department. But I can tell after I have my protein shake, I'm not hungry at all, knowing I need to eat at least in another hour and a half or 2 hours, and that just kind of like makes the whole finishing your nutritional day kind of a little difficult. So those are the things I want to bring down. And then, you know, so I have actually these 2 notebooks that I am using to document my whole journey in this. So this right here, oh, is it the right one? No. So this one right here is all my workouts. Oh, hold on. We're only on like day 2, so, or day 3, so. But I'm literally writing everything in here, all my workouts, you know, my meals per day, caloric, you know, calories, things like that. And then the second book, I literally just got this today because my daughter ruined my other one. And this is obviously empty, but I'm going to do like a mental health check on this one. So every day I want to have, like I said it before, I'm going to have like a set list of questions. How do I feel? How do I feel mentally, physically? You know, how do my joints feel? Just things so you can check your boxes, just so I can also see my improvement. It'll probably be like a scale 1 to 10, like a 1 to 10 scale. But I just want to gather as much information on this as possible to share that with you, but also to share it with myself. But I like I said, I don't expect anybody to follow along with this program, but if you do try to do something for yourself, I want you to have as many answers as I have as myself. Like, oh, how did the cold plunge treat you over the course of blah, blah, blah. That's going to be all in this information, and I will share that in every one of these videos as well, because I want to be as informative as possible. So, you know, as well as our supplementation, obviously we're taking protein powder. I want to share with you all of the other supplements I will be taking. It's mostly like vitamins and things and that such, or amino acids and stuff, but I'll go through them. So our first supplement is vitamin B6, which is going to help with hormone support as well as your mood. Next we have vitamin B12, which is very good for the cells inside of your body as well as your energy. We're also taking L-arginine, which is going to help lower blood pressure. Then we're going to take multivitamins, which is just kind of going to fill the gaps of like the nutrients that you'll get in food and stuff like that. So those are also super essential. Next we have fish oil, which is going to help with joint pain as well as inflammation. Next we have vitamin D, which is going to help with our bones as well as regulate our cellular function. Next we have glucosamine, which is probably my favorite supplement of all of these. So glucosamine is a compound found in your joints that helps like pretty much be a cushion for your joints. Just think about like, you know, like the cracking in your knees and things like that. Just think about literally getting like a pad in there, like a micro pad. That's what glucosamine is going to do for you. So that's been like a huge thing for me probably since I was young, and being a larger individual where my knees started to bother me, instantly. You know, glucosamine is so huge, people give it to their dogs and stuff like that. It's super good for your bones. Next we have BCAAs, which are branched chain amino acids, which will help with your muscle growth, recovery, and soreness. Next we have hydrochloride creatine. The reason I choose hydrochloride is just because your body's going to absorb that form of creatine a lot more. And the reason we take creatine is to help with strength, muscle growth, and recovery. Then we have zinc, which is phenomenal for your immune system as well as your metabolism. But the reason I am taking this mostly is for immune health, because I am so tired of being sick. I got so sick earlier in this year, and zinc is like the cheat code to not being sick. I'm not saying it's the answer, but it definitely helps. So I'm really tripling up on my zinc actually. So zinc is probably number 2 in these supplements as far as what I would like to take if I had to choose. Next we have L-glutamine, which is an amino acid, which is also found in our BCAAs, but I like to take it in the simplest form as well, just to assist more in my muscle recovery as well as the growth. So those are the supplements that I will be taking throughout this process. Obviously I forgot protein powder, but you guys know about protein powder. So there won't be any changes as far as if I'm taking this or anything like that. I also don't take pre-workout. I don't actually take caffeine at all. I haven't had caffeine since February 20th of 2022. I guess if you want to understand why I don't do that, I'll tell you that at a different time. But as far as all that, this is like kind of like a little bit of an overview of exactly what we're doing. So today is day 4. We're going to train because I know my biceps will be sore for a little bit, and hopefully they're not sore by Saturday. So I'm going to get those out the way. It's going to be probably an interesting process. So I might just do cardio on Wednesday as well as abs. And then Thursday, I'll be traveling most of the day. So that'll probably be just like a straight up off day. And then Friday, I will be at Disney World, walking around Disney World all day. So I will stick to the nutrition as expected, bring all my food with me because I'm not using that as an excuse, and I won't. And then Saturday I have golf, Sunday's the Super Bowl, so I'll be able to probably just chill and kind of just do my thing. I don't know if there's plans to go anywhere. Then I come back home Monday. So as far as me weighing in every Monday, it's going to be looking more like Tuesday because I'll be home kind of like probably throughout the day on Monday, so it's not really logical for me to be in a fasted state to step on a scale Monday by the time I get back here. So that's not really really logical in those cards, but that's kind of where I'm at here. I'm going to start trying to chip away at these YouTube videos and get going. So I think most of Florida content though, I'll have my camera, but I'll also be filming on a GoPro on my chest or something, just because there's just so much going on. I can't bring the tripod and the camera and the microphones and the lighting and all that stuff. I mean, obviously you don't need, the lighting and stuff like that. I'm just saying, the camera has a monitor so I can see myself to know I'm in the right space. If you're going to tell, you'll see in a lot of the workouts when I have my monitor and when I don't, because I'm literally talking to you when my chest is at this point in the camera and my head's up here and you can't even see it because I can't see it. So that's what we're doing. I'm ready to grind. I feel incredible. So stay tuned and we'll see you next time. We are back. We are in the garage getting ready to train. Today is day 4. We were going to train back and buys like I said in the video earlier, but that ended up changing the shoulders. And then the reason that changed the shoulders, because I already logged it as an exercise for today in my book. So we're just gonna go ahead and go with it. So I'll read you today's workout. We got military press, 2 warm-ups, 15 reps, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Then we have rear delt flies, 1 warm-up set of 12, 3 sets of 15. Seated front dumbbell raise, 1 warm-up set for 10 reps, 3 sets of 12. Then we're gonna do lateral raises, 4 sets of 20. And then we are going to do shrugs for 3 sets of 35 reps. So I was going to do dumbbell on the military press, but I ended up getting here so late, here as in home. It's 8 o'clock. I hate working out this late. It's kind of conflicting my meal times and how I want to be on schedule, but today's another day that just ended up getting so busy out of nowhere, and time management's been kicking my ass the last 3 days. which sucks, but I'm still doing everything I'm supposed to do. There's nothing that's not happening. It's just very crammed. So I got my dumbbells warming up. I was gonna do dumbbell presses, but I'm just gonna use the actual military press that I have machined. Be a little more comfortable. My chest is so sore from the last workout on Saturday. It is just like absolutely on fire. So it's gonna feel good to kind of get a good stretch on a lot of these movements, but the plan is to probably work out in like 40 minutes so I can go eat my last meal and have my post-workout shake. So let's get busy. All right, so we're gonna warm up our shoulders like we do for every single upper body exercise. Just pretty much just really getting the rear delts, rotator cuff, all that stuff really blood flowing and comfortable. And especially when I do shoulders, I like to do like a resistant military press with this band, which will activate the traps and all that stuff, just to really kind of get everything warmed up for the exercises that are coming. Probably about 3 or 4 of those, and then we'll hop into our warm up on the military press. All right, so our warm up set of 15, this has to go higher. All right, we're gonna do our warm up set of 15, super light. I want to feel the weight because we train muscles, not movements. So I want to feel this from start to finish on my shoulders. Oh boy. I know it's a little dark over here, but I'm already at 2000 ISO and I don't want to go any higher and give you a shitty image. So I'd rather be dark than like. I can feel this so much on my chest from my chest being sore, but we'll keep stretching. Warm up number 2, same thing. First working set of 4 for 10 reps. All right, so I'm gonna burn out, I know I am. So 10 reps is the goal. And then I'm probably gonna have to drop weight to keep that same rep range, but muscles are about to get smoked when they clock in. Come on, bro. I know it don't look like there's a lot of weight, but this machine has like 7 anchor points of pulleys. So there's so many moving parts internally through this whole machine. So obviously it doesn't look like a lot, but the tension's there. Same thing. The shoulder pump is already insane. We struggled pretty good to get 10 there. I'm gonna force this as many reps as I can, and once I fail, I'm just gonna cut it, still getting 10. Copy my steel.
cap, I'm real. Plastic bars from a copy my steel. Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. Plastic bars from a copy my steel.
One more.
Got my heart no.
Fuck. Come on. Go. This pump is insane right now. 10. Last set of military. Come on, crew. Come on, bro. I'm not changing that. Two more. Okay, we get 1 and 1. Yep. Easy money. Like, on these last 2 workouts, chest and shoulder, the pump has just been insane and it's been so fast. The pump has been so fast. And this is probably like I did a bodybuilding show and I dieted for 5 months. And I would say now I'm like twice as focused as I was when I did that. And nutrition wise, I didn't make any mistakes in my bodybuilding prep, but the food choices I had during my bodybuilding prep, at least in the beginning, were kind of whack. Like, it was more of like a flexible dieting approach where, you know, I was eating things that calorically fit my needs, not necessarily had the best benefits for my body. Like carbs, I was eating like cereal and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that because I'm probably honestly gonna eat cereal in Florida because it might not be as ideal as it is to be home just to get my numbers, but like the amount of rice I've eaten in the last 4 days was probably more than I ate my whole bodybuilding prep. And I can tell like the pump I'm getting is from like actually like feeding my muscles as well as supplementation and like vitamins and all the pills and stuff that I'm taking is probably like 3 times as much of taking care of my body and my muscles than I was during that show. And I can already feel it in my pump. And I love it. And it's like brand new. Like, and I hated working out. It became such a chore. I mean, it's still on the chore part, but I know what's coming from it and I know what comes from it. And as long as I stay mentally in that zone, this is gonna be lights out. This is gonna be absolutely insane, and I can't wait to keep grinding. All right, this exercise is a rear delt fly. I like to bend over as much as I can. I also like to go through my legs and kind of use the bounce in there to really get a stretch, but not using so much momentum. And I also feel like I'm driving my chest to the ground as I come up. So we have a warm-up set of 10, and then 3 sets of 15, 3 sets of 15. Yeah. All right, 3 sets of 15. Last set.
I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen, make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in, from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in then break you out. In the end we gon' make a child, then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2 we don't need no house. We gon' get tipsy, don't need a power shot. Copy my steel, face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. No cap, I'm real. Plastic bars when I copy my steel. Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. No cap, I'm real.
A little swinging in there, but we're pumped up. All right, now we got seated front dumbbell raises. 1 warm-up set of 10, 3 working sets of 12. I know I'm in the same bench. I just figured I'd move it to a different spot in the gym, just so you weren't staring at the same shit for 8 scenes. So like with this movement, I like to stay really big with my chest and also like kind of lean towards whatever delt I'm training. So I'm gonna do these individually. So I like to kind of come here, and with the dumbbell, I like to point. And by pointing, it kind of like draws my shoulder up and extends it as well, really contracting that front delt. At least that's what feels the best for me. This one's gonna be really interesting because I know this is gonna feel very, very tense where my chest is super short. So let's just have fun with it and get nasty. These are just 10s, not heavy, but just trying to feel out the movement. Three sets of 12. The reason I chose to do these seated as well is to really take as much momentum out of this as I can. Obviously, I'm doing these individually, and the goal is 10. So I just count to 20, so I don't have to get in my head about trying to count 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Same jumping jacks.
Plastic bars when I copy my steel.
If my chest wasn't sore, I'd probably do more of a reverse military press. Get a little bit of that upper chest right by the clavicle. Really nice pump. We're doing that, but my chest is too sore to even tickle it. So we're just gonna stick to this. Last set, I'm gonna try to slow these down a little bit. There it is. super mental with a lot of movements. I have to have my thumb on the numbers that are on the dumbbells. It's one of those things that is weird. Sure, it's like the same category as people need all the plates to face out, or a fatty and a skinny, they all gotta be the same. I remember we used to have a guy at the gym who'd use a metal 25 on one side of the bench, and then like one of the rubber ones with like the hand grips on it. That'd be so mental for me. All right, I know in the book it calls for 3 sets of 20, but I have such a pump. I want to really kind of tackle all the points of my my delts here. So we're probably gonna drop the weight. We're gonna go probably 15 pounds, and we're gonna do, I call it a tricep. 3 different wrist rotations to just target different areas of the shoulder. So we'll start, we're gonna do 8, 8, and 8. I know, weird number. It's interesting, my wrist is gonna start bothering me, so we'll see how this actually goes. So the 8 side raises, 1. All right, then the hardest one, we're gonna thumbs up, as if we were giving somebody a hug. Then we're gonna completely rotate in. We're gonna come in front of us and start. Go as high as you can. Don't feel like you gotta go too high, because then you're just gonna squeeze your traps like crazy. You wanna keep it all on the delt. I know we're a little bouncy here, but when you're doing these kind of force reps almost, just really time under tension, you kind of need that little bit of assistance. It's a lot better than trying to take 5-pound dumbbells and really working it. Because once you get to a certain point, it's just a forced contraction. It's all about pretty much just chasing the pump at this point. We'll do 2 more sets of that, and then we have shrugs and we're done. Another reason why this is my favorite machine in here, because you can be creative with it. So I bring the handle part as low as I can, kind of lock my legs on, because if you got a lot of weight on here, I don't want to lift up. But we're gonna do our shrugs here. So we have 3 sets of 35. Nice and controlled, no fucking speed shit. there's something about a pump when you actually train the muscle, not the movement. A trap punch pump is probably the weirdest feeling ever out of all muscle pumps. You just feel like a hunchback. There's just like no relief anywhere.
You on my mind a lot.
All right.
Don't need no time, watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in, then break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, we don't need no pause. Miss me, we gon' get tipsy. Don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars tryna copy my steel. Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real.
I don't even know where I'm at. I can't see. I got sweat in my eye, and it burns, just like my traps. Oh. That is shoulder. I don't know how long I spent, but I had to get that twice, 40 minutes. Shoulders usually the fastest exercise. I like the intensity too. I just think shoulders should be like a full go. I remember carb cycling for my bodybuilding show, and my shoulder day was the lowest day compared to my off day calorically. And I would take advantage of that day and try to burn a little bit more just because I know the intensity that I can make it. You can do that with any workout as well, but I just like probably rest a week in my shoulder day. That's probably why my pump gets so crazy so fast. I don't rest. The muscles relax. I love it. That's it for day 4. Shoulders is in the book tomorrow. And then back and bicep. 9 o'clock. I hate that it's 9 o'clock. Kind of frustrating, you know, but I'm better than this. And I'm not gonna let this hold me from my goals, so I'm just gonna go and do what I gotta do. Get busy and then go to sleep and hop my ass in this cold press. It's already frozen. Usually it freezes overnight, but it's like literally already frozen solid. So the morning's gonna be fun. Can't wait. I'm sure my body can be so. I'm gonna go have this post-workout shake and then one more meal and then take my ass to bed. I'll see you guys in the ice. Temperature is 30 degrees on the dot. Definitely the coldest it's been. See, I feel it through my body like I never felt it before. My body's freaking out. But I'm chilling. Yeah, my body's going nuts right now. All right. I feel like today's like my first ice bath. I mean, this feels. We're shaking. A lot of ice. This is like thick ice. I might actually need to use something to break this. This is about an inch thick now. I don't even know what to do here. This is insane. Didn't quite working how I planned. I think we're just gonna have to deal with it. This ice is crazy today. Let's go. So cold today. not gonna be able to go under today. This ice is already stabbing me in my stomach. I'm gonna take it all out today. Same feeling as yesterday. Body's like freaking out. I suppose that's a good thing. I bet you my neighbors watch me do this. They probably think I'm stupid. See, I could probably sit in here forever. Just after getting over that shock factor. I didn't even check the temperature in here because the thermometer is stuck on in the ice. I don't know how we're gonna get under here. Let's see what we can do. Like this thing's literally right here. I don't know if I can.
Run it. I can't take no loss.